Yes. So now let us see problem number 7. See this. Use the figures given below to calculate the following ratios for the year 2015 and 2016. So there are five ratio they have asked you to calculate. One is current ratio, second one is liquidity ratio, third one is debt equity ratio, fourth one is proprietary ratio, and fifth one is working capital ratio. So there are two sides of the balance sheet here they have mentioned. One is liability side and asset side. If you see the liability side here, see this paid up capital is mentioned. Paid up capital is nothing but it is a shareholders fund. Similarly, there is a reserves and surplus, it is a shareholders fund. Then debenture, it is a long term loan, a long term debt, you can say debenture. Bills payable, it is a current liability. Creditors, it is again a current liability. If you see the asset side, there is a fixed asset directly mentioned. Stock, it is a current asset. Debtor, it is a current asset. Cash, it is a current asset. Sales for 2015 and 16 were separately given below the balance sheet, that is 1,80,000 and 1,95,000 respectively. So you are required to calculate these five ratio. But what is different in this problem? You are required to calculate the ratio twice, because here two-year balance sheet is given. 2015 balance sheet is given as well as 2016 balance sheet is given. So that is why you are required to calculate 2 years ratio in this question. So now let us see the formulas for this ratio. Now see this. Now first one, current ratio. Formula for current ratio we know, that is current asset divided by current liability. So this is a formula for current ratio. So if you see now, first we are going to calculate for 2015. In 2015, if you see asset side, only three items current asset, that is stock, debtor, cash. So add all these three things. 56,160 plus 11,260 plus 15,380. So you need to write these three amount in the numerator, that is current asset. Same thing we have written here, 56,160 plus 11,260 plus 15,380 divided by current liability. Now you have to see 2015 column. 2015 column, only two item current liability, bills payable and creditor. So 12,750 plus 20,000. So here total amount is 32,750. So this 32,750 you need to write in the denominator. Then you need to apply the formula and you need to calculate the ratio now for the year 2015. So current ratio for the year 2015 is 82,800 divided by 32,750 into 100, that is nothing but 252.82%. So you can express this in terms of ratio as well. In terms of ratio, if you see, it is nothing but 2.52:1. So like that also you can express, or in terms of percentage also you can express. So now we calculated current ratio for the year 2015. Similarly, now we need to calculate the current ratio for the year 2016 as well. So now let us see the column of 2016 in the balance sheet. So if you see the balance sheet now, stock, debtor and cash for 2016, three item, 49,460 first one, debtor 11,710, then cash 26,020. Add these three things and write in the numerator for the year 2016. Same thing here we have mentioned. Then divided by, again current liability, only two things, bills payable and creditor. Now you need to see 2016 column for bills payable. 2016 bills payable is 6,500. Similarly, creditor 2016, it is 16,000. Add both, that is nothing but 22,500. So 22,500 you need to show in the denominator for the year 2016. So now the current ratio for the year 2016 is 87,190 divided by 22,500 into 100, that is nothing but 387.51%, or else you can say that is 3.87:1. So now we calculated one ratio, that is first current ratio for both the year. First for the year 2015 also we have calculated, for the year 2016 also we have mentioned this current ratio. So now let us see the next one. what is asked next type of ratio in the question, that is liquidity ratio. See this, now liquidity ratio they have asked you. So now liquidity ratio formula we need to understand here. Liquidity ratio formula is liquid asset divided by liquid liability into 100. So liquid asset in this question, we know there are three type of current asset given in the question, that is one is stock, one is debtor, and one is cash at bank. So now among these three things which comes under liquid asset, only two item, that is excluding stock, only two item, debtor and cash at bank you need to consider. So in other words you can say liquid asset is equal to, that is current asset minus stock minus prepaid expenses, so you will get liquid asset. So now liquid asset we will take for the year 2015, that is debtor 11,260, cash 15,380. Add both the thing and write in the numerator, you will get liquid asset. Now liquid liability also we want. Liquid liability, there are no bank overdraft. We know the formula for liquid liability is current liability minus bank overdraft. In this question there is no bank overdraft, so current liability itself is the liquid liability. So here current liability, we know there are two things, one is creditor and bills payable. So same thing as we done in a previous this one calculation for current ratio, same answer you need to write in the denominator now for liquid liability. So that is nothing but 12,750 bills payable for the year 2015 plus creditor for the year 2015, that is 20,000. So add both the things, that is 32,750. So same 32,750 we have written in the denominator. So now we need to calculate liquidity ratio. So for the year 2015 liquidity ratio is 26,640 divided by 32,750 into 100. So answer is 81.34%. So or else you can say that is 0.81:1 in terms of ratio. Similarly, now let us see for the year 2016 what is the liquidity ratio. So now we need to see the column of 2016. Again only two item, debtor and cash. If you see debtor for 2016, that is 11,710. Cash for 2016, that is 26,020. Add these two information and write in the numerator, you will get liquid asset. Similarly, now liquid liability, again you need to write two information, that is 2016 bills payable given in the balance sheet, that is 6,500. 2016 creditor given in the balance sheet, that is 16,000. Add both and write in the denominator, you will get the liquid ratio for the year 2016. So here liquid ratio, see this calculation, 11,710 plus 26,020, debtor plus bank, that is divided by 6,500 plus 16,000, that is bills payable plus creditor, into 100. So you will get when you simplify answer, that is 37,730 divided by 22,500 into 100. Final answer is 167.69%. So this is nothing but 1.67:1 you can say. So same thing, whatever we have done in the previous questions, same thing we need to do here, but what is the difference? You need to do it for 2 years, that's it. So we'll solve a few more ratios now. See this, till now we have calculated current ratio and liquid ratio. Next thing is debt to equity ratio. If you see debt to equity ratio, formula for debt to equity ratio we need to understand here, that is debt divided by equity, or else what else formula you can mention here, debt divided by equity. Can you mention the formula for debt equity ratio other than debt divided by equity here in the comment box? Debt means what? What type of debt we are talking about? In whenever we are talking about debt, what type of debt? Whether it is short-term debt or whether it is long-term debt? Can you tell me in the comment box? Debt means what? Can you comment in the chat box now? Debt equity ratio. What is the formula for debt equity ratio? We know if we divide debt by equity, we will get a debt equity ratio. So other way, how you are going to express this debt equity ratio formula? So long term debt, we can say long term debt divided by shareholders fund. So that is also you can do. So long term debt divided by shareholders fund, if you do, you will get what? Debt equity ratio. So let us see here, long term debt given in the liability side of the balance sheet. Paid up capital, reserve, debenture, bills payable, creditor. Only one long term debt, that is debenture. See this? Debenture is a long term debt, usually for a period more than 1 year, let us say for 4 or 5 years. So now for 2015, what is the value of debenture? 1 lakh. For 2016, what is the value of debenture? 1 lakh. So for both the year, it is same, 1 lakh. Now next we want equity. Equity here only two items, paid up capital and reserves and surplus. For 2015, paid up capital is 1 lakh. For 2016 also it is 1 lakh. For reserves and surplus for the year 2015, that is 67,250. So add these two things and write it in the denominator, 1 lakh plus 67,250. So now let us see that calculation, debt equity ratio. See this formula now, long term debt divided by shareholders fund. So now for the year 2015, in the numerator we have written 1 lakh, that is nothing but debenture, divided by shareholders fund. Shareholders fund, first we have taken paid up capital, second we have taken reserves and surplus. There is no other information, so just you need to divide and multiply with 100, you will get the answer. 1 lakh divided by 1,67,250 into 100, that is 59.79%, or else you can say 0.60:1. So that is for the year 2015. So now 2016 also we need to do the same thing. So now let us see for 2016 here. See this, 2016 also we know debenture is same, that is 1 lakh. So write debenture value in the numerator divided by paid up capital, also same for the year 2016. If you see the question, you will come to know that is 1 lakh. Now reserves and surplus, there is a change. If you see the question here, see this, reserves and surplus for 2016, that is 84,500. So you need to take 84,500 in the denominator. So add to the paid up capital and just calculate what is debt equity ratio for the year 2016. So that is 1 lakh divided by 1,84,500 into 100, that is nothing but 54.2%, or else 0.54:1. So we have calculated debt equity ratio. Now next thing we need to see here, proprietary ratio. So if you see the proprietary ratio, formula for proprietary ratio is shareholders fund divided by total tangible asset. So shareholder fund includes equity share capital, preference share capital, reserves and surplus, profit and loss account, and it excludes fictitious assets. So if there is any fictitious asset, you need to deduct it from shareholders fund, and all other type of capital which is given to the shareholder, you need to consider for shareholders fund. Similarly, now there is a total tangible asset. Total tangible asset, if you see here, that is nothing but all the asset excluding goodwill and other fictitious asset, you can say. So here if you see the question, let us see whether there is any intangible assets mentioned or not. Fixed asset is given, that is tangible. Stock debtor cash is given, that is current asset, that is also tangible. So you know asset side total itself is the total tangible asset. Similarly, asset side total for 2016, you will see here 3,07,000, that is total tangible asset for 2016. So now let us apply this in the formula. So now we need to calculate proprietary ratio. So formula for proprietary ratio, shareholders fund divided by total tangible asset into 100. So 2015 now. For the year 2015, shareholders fund. So if you see, shareholders fund is nothing but paid up capital plus reserves and surplus. 1 lakh plus 67,250, if you do, you will get 1,67,250. We have written directly here. Why? Because in the previous step, that is debt equity ratio calculation, shareholders fund we have calculated here 1 lakh plus 67,250. You can see the previous step also while solving the problem. So divided by total tangible asset, that is nothing but asset side total. So that in this question, so that is 3 lakh. So 1,67,250 divided by 3 lakh into 100, that is 55.75%, or else you can say 0.56:1. Next, for the year 2016 also we need to do the same thing. So now paid up capital plus reserves and surplus for the year 2016, that is 1 lakh plus 84,500. So that is 1,84,500 divided by asset side total of 2016. Why we are considering asset side total? Because here there is no goodwill, no fictitious asset. Fictitious asset means there is no asset which has no physical existence, you can say, or else preliminary expenses are not there, any discount on issue of debentures, that is not mentioned. So that is why we can directly consider asset side total as total tangible asset here. So now if you see here, what is the answer for total tangible asset? That is 3,07,000. So for the year 2016, proprietary ratio is also known as shareholders ratio. So now 1,84,500 divided by 3,07,000 into 100, that is 60.69%. So in terms of this ratio, how to get it? And 60 by 100 if you do, you will get 0.60. 0.60:1. So in terms of ratio also you can express. So now fifth one they have asked you to calculate working capital turnover ratio. Working capital ratio is different, working capital turnover ratio is different. So there are two different formulas are given. If you see working capital ratio formula, what is the working capital ratio formula? That is nothing but same formula as of current ratio. Working capital is equal to current ratio. That is why current asset divided by current liability into 100, you will get to working capital. Or else what you can say, working capital is equal to current asset minus current liability you can do, or else current asset divided by current liability into 100 also you can do. So you'll get the same this one formula, that is working capital. Now here they have asked you working capital turnover. Whenever the word turnover comes, we need to consider sales, because sales are almost very equal to the word turnover here. See this now, we need to consider sale. That is why sales we need to mention in the numerator. Sales divided by working capital into 100. So here they have asked you to calculate working capital turnover ratio. This is different than the working capital ratio. Again I am telling you, working capital ratio formula, current asset divided by current liability into 100, whereas working capital turnover ratio formula, sales divided by working capital into 100. Now let us see sales information in the question. If you see the sales information here, whether they have mentioned in the adjustment, they have given you sales. See this, sales for the year 2015 and for the year 2016 where 1,80,000 and 1,95,000 respectively. So now we are going to do the calculation for the year 2015. That is why we need to see the sales of 2015 only. So that is 1,80,000. So write 1,80,000 in the numerator divided by working capital. So working capital, you know what is the formula for working capital? Working capital ratio formula we know, that is current asset divided by current liability. Now we want only working capital. So can you derive the formula with the help of working capital turnover ratio here in the comment box? Working capital, how to get the working capital here? Can you comment in the chat box? Yes, tell me. Working capital formula. Anyone? Working capital formula. Amrita, Anusha, Ashish, Narasimha, Pooja, Pratish, Shifali, Suresh, Akamsha, Ankita, Disha, Kushal, Nishant, Omkar, Pramod, Sangam, Suraj, Rajat, Swati. Yes, tell me. What is the formula for working capital? Can you comment in the chat box here?
Current asset minus current liability.
Okay, so that is correct answer, Pratish. So current asset minus current liability. So if you do that, you will get working capital. So current asset we need to see now. Current asset of 2015, very simple, three items: 56,160 stock, 11,260 debtor, 15,380 cash. Add these things, add these three things. From this you need to minus two item, that is current liability. 12,750 bills payable, 20,000 creditor. If you do this, you will get working capital. So for the year 2015, now let us see working capital ratio calculation. So working capital ratio 2015, sales we know that is 1,80,000 given in the adjustment, divided by current asset total, that is 82,800, minus current liability total, that is 32,750 into 100. So again, if you simplify this one, 1,80,000 divided by 50,050 into 100, so you will get 359.64%, or else you can say 3.6:1. So this is for the year 2015. Similarly, we need to do for the year 2016 also. So now working capital, see this formula here mentioned, current asset minus current liability. So let us see the question once again. Now we need to see the column of 2016. See this 2016 here, current asset for 2016, 49,460 stock, 11,710 that is debtor, 26,020 cash. If you see liability side, current liability 6,500 bills payable, 16,000 creditor. And if you see the sales value given in the adjustment, 1,95,000. So now we got all the value, we need to substitute in the formula. So now let us see the formula here. We know that formula is sales divided by working capital into 100. For the year 2016, now sales 1,95,000 directly from the adjustment, divided by current asset, that is debtor, stock and cash total, that is 87,190, minus current liability, that is nothing but bills payable and creditor total of 2016 I am talking about here, 22,500 into 100. So again, if you simplify this, you will get 1,95,000 divided by 64,690 into 100. Final answer is 301.43%, or else you can say 3.1:1 in terms of ratio. So any doubt in this problem? Yes, tell me, any doubt in this problem? Anything you want to ask here in this problem? Pramod, yes, Pramod is having no doubt. What about others? Narasimha Prabhu, Kushal, Anusha, Nishant, Rajat, Sangam is saying no, Shifali, Ashish. Okay, so I hope everyone understood this one. So we'll meet in the next class. Thank you so much everyone. Yes, thank you. Thank you Kushal, thank you Pratish, Sangam, Ashish, Amrita, Suraj. Thank you Disha.